another series of lessons. We're going to start today by solving equations. We're going to be solving one-step equation with addition or subtraction. Let's look our worksheet. If you are solving at the same time, make sure to pause, try first, and then continue the video. Our first equation is x plus 7 equals 15. We have two sides in our equation, and one of the sides we have x plus 7, and we want to isolate the x. That said, we need to do the inverse operation to adding 7. The inverse operation of adding is subtracting. We can take away 7 in both sides of my equation. So we minus 7 in both sides of equation. This is going to cancel out in one side. We're going to have x left equals under the equal. And then when we reduce 7 from 15, we get 8. Let's move on to the second equation. Y minus 9 equals 20. Again, the inverse operation of subtracting will be addition. We're going to be adding. Let's add 9 in both sides of my equation. Minus 9 plus 9 is 0, so they cancel it out. One side of my equation we have y, and the other side we have 29. Moving on to the third equation. Z plus 3 equals 12. Probably could already guess what is the answer, but let's show the steps. The inverse operation of adding, you got a minus. We're gonna subtract 3 in both sides. Now I'm gonna write in this side, right, minus 3 in both sides. Gonna add a little plus to not mix them up. Very similar as we had expressions before. So this way is horizontal method. The first two I did more a vertical method. In the same way, we're gonna group together numbers with the numbers constant, but they also cancel it out. That is left z, and the other side of my equation, 12 minus 3 makes 9. Let's move it on. Minus 4 plus a equals 15. It's just swapped around the variable in the constant part, but it's exactly the same idea. We have some constants with our variable a. We want to change that. We want to have the variable a isolated. So let's get rid of subtracting 4 by doing the inverse, which is adding 4. Let's do the same idea, adding 4 in both sides of my equation. We're gonna have the equal under the equal sign. Minus 4 and plus 4, cancel it out, it's 0, nothing left. The left hand side of my equation, only a, and the right hand side, 15 plus 4 makes 19. Let's move on to the next equation. B plus 8 equals 32. Together with my variable b, there is 8 being added. The inverse operation adding, a subtracting. Let's minus 8 in both sides of my equation equals under the equal, adding 8 and subtracting 8. They cancel it out. The left hand side, b is left, and 32 minus 8, you can count, will be 24. Equation number 6. C minus 7 equals 19. You got it. The inverse operation of subtracting 7 is adding 7. Let's add 7 in both sides of my equation. Notice that I'm showing slightly different ways to give everybody some idea. You can add horizontally or vertically. That will be the same way. I'm gonna add a little plus in here to not mix all the terms in each expression. Remember, each side of my equation is one expression, but you got a plus 7 minus 7, cancel it out, C is left in this side, and then 19 added to 7 gonna be 26. Next, equation number 7. 4 added to D is equal to 17. 4 is the same as adding 4, so the inverse operation of adding 4 is minus 4. Let's minus 4 in both sides of my equation. Equals under equal. Adding 4, subtracting 4, cancel it out. We have D in one side of my equation, and 17 minus 4 makes 13. Are you ready? We're gonna move on to the next column. Equation number 8. 9 plus E equals 3. The inverse operation of adding 9 gonna be minus 9. We don't want to have the variable and the constant together. Let's put a little plus 9 in there to not mix the numbers. We do have some guidelines in here to help you out, but if you're doing this in a piece of paper, try to be very organized. So minus 9 plus 9, cancel it out. One side of my equation gonna be A, in the other side. Now we're moving on to negative numbers. 3 minus 9 is minus 6. Next equation is 6 added to F is equal to 25. By now, you already know the inverse operation of adding 6 will be minus 6, subtracting 6, so minus 6 in one side of my equation, minus 6 in the other side of my equation. We got 6 are cancelling out. F is equal to 25 minus 6 is 19. Next equation, 18 added to G is equal to 28. Minus in both sides of my equation, removing the opposite of adding 18. So adding 18 minus 18 in the left hand side, cancel it out. That is left only G equals 28 minus 18 is 10. And we're moving on. Negative 3 added to H is negative 6. The opposite of subtracting 3 is adding 3. So let's add 3 in both sides of my equation. Minus 3 plus 3 cancel out. We have the variable H left. Minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3. Again, we got negative numbers. Next equation, a variable X added to 11 is 4. By now, what is the inverse operation of adding 11? Is subtracting 11, and we're gonna minus 11 in both sides of my equation. Plus 11 minus 11 cancel it out. X is left on the left hand side, and on the right hand side the answer is minus 7. Now we're going to have an equation with decimal. Notice that in here we have the decimal separator as a comma, but many countries they also use a decimal point. Either way, you can use your own notation. So the inverse operation of minus 1.5 would be adding 1.5. Maybe when you have a decimal, it's easier to do vertically. So if you're one of the students that needs a little bit time to work it out, so adding, so this way it's easier to calculate. The left hand side is the easier way because they cancel it out. X is left. On the right hand side, you can do a little addition in columns, right? So you add the 10th, so 5 and 8 gonna be 13, so you can put a 3, have a little 1, carry on, 3 and 1 makes 4 and 1 5, so 3.8 plus 1.5 gonna make 5.3. And we are almost done. In the next equation, we also have a decimal. If you're adding 9.7 to z to result in 4.2, we're going to do the opposite of adding 9.7, which is subtracting 9.7 in both sides. Maybe on the right hand side would be easier to write 9.7 on the top if you're used to do vertical calculation. And we're gonna minus. It's a similar subtraction, but remember to have the sign of the biggest absolute value in here. So our answer gonna be negative. Equal sign, cancel out 9.7 minus 9.7, zeros left. Then we have the variable z in that side, and on the other 9.7 will be cancelled out with minus 9.7, and we have z left on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we're gonna get, let's do our calculation, there's gonna be, if you subtract, it's gonna be 5.5, but on the negative side. Now we got loads of example with addition and subtraction, only one operation, and that is called one-step equation. If you want to check more examples, stay tuned for the next one.